Well, good morning, YouTubers and YouTubettes and Facebookers and Facebookettes. Today is Sunday, February, I don't know, 7th or 8th or something, I don't remember. Anyway, my first guess was right. It's February 7th. Sunday, officially Sunday, February 7th, even though it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So, good morning, everyone. We're going to do another how-to. How's about that? People have been bugging me for this one ever since they saw my wonderful, if you look in here, freenas box. There's our freenas box up and running. This freenas box is an IBM ThinkCenter with an Intel Pentium 4 2.8 gigahertz CPU, and let's see, it's got two 40 gigabyte IDE drives in it, one 160 gigabyte IDE drive, and one 500 gigabyte serial ATA drive in it. So it's definitely got a pool of storage. Not necessarily all brand new storage. Definitely those two 40 gig drives are very old. But hey, it's better than having useless drives, drives sitting around useless. And whenever they do finally die, they make great target practice. So what do we need? I'm going to teach you how to make your own freenas box. Now, your prerequisites for doing this project. Well, for one, having a home network sort of helps. So, you need a router or a switch of some kind. For instance, we have, our home network consists of a Linksys WRT 54G router, and this router also has a built-in 4-port wired switch, which is very important. This is why I said you need a switch or a switch to router, because in theory, while you could set up your freenas server on with a wireless adapter, that would really suck. And I'm not even going to bother explaining how to do that. That would suck so bad. So, you can see in my example, I have there's a Motorola DSL modem, which is not really that important. This is what's important: the switched router. Currently connected to this router will be our freenas box down here. Also connected is my main computer, which, as we speak, is sitting in a hard to reach position, but trust me, it's there. It's sitting behind my monitor, my big 42-inch flat screen. So, as you can see, we have sort of a little home network set up. And we do have computers hooked up wirelessly. We have two, as a matter of fact. We have one in the living room, and we have another home theater PC in another living room. So, we've got quite the network going. Our goal here is to create, with software called freenas, is to create a network attached storage box. What does that mean? That means a headless computer, which is a computer that will be turned on and running forever without a mouse or a keyboard or a monitor attached. Completely headless. It does its own thing. It's a network appliance. And it will be used solely for the purpose of storing files on its internal hard drives and serving them back and forth across the network, allowing not only you, the end user, to read them from any computer in the house that's attached to the network. either wired or wirelessly, very important. But it will also allow you to store files, store documents, backup save games, backup all kinds of stuff. Heck, this one here, since it's got that 500 gigabyte drive in it, I store TV shows and movies on it so that we can watch them in high definition on our home theater PC without the home theater PC having to have a huge hard drive. Our home theater PC only has a 40 gigabyte hard drive in it, just big enough to run Windows 7. So there's one of the advantages. So let's get going. Prerequisites, as I already said, a home network, existing home network, and very important, you need an old computer. So let me fish around. Let's see, where can I find an old computer around here? It's not like I have them laying everywhere. And by the way, you guys will have to excuse the mess. Last night was laundry night and I haven't quite finished. So look at what we have here. We have a whole pile of IBM Net Vistas. And I'm just going to pick one at random and hope that it, well, I'll make sure it works. We'll just put it that way. I know they all work. Just don't know which ones have RAM in them. So here's our victim. Now, our necessities for this project are going to be, for this, I'm doing a basic freenas configuration, which means creating a freenas live CD is what they call it, a bootable CD. So your machine is going to need a working CD-ROM drive, and it's also going to need a working floppy drive. Any old computer that you're going to find is likely to have both of these. So if not, put one together. I'm sure you can find a CD-ROM drive and a floppy drive laying around. A DVD drive will work just fine too. So as you can see here, we've opened our freenas machine up, and there are no hard drives in it. So that's the other thing you need. Let me get that out of the way. You need hard drives. At least one hard drive, and preferably more than one. The more hard drives you have, the more space you're going to have later to store whatever across the network. The bigger the hard drives you can find, the better. What I'm going to do is reach down here into the old pile of IDE hard disk drives and pull one. Also important for your freenas box, very important, as that it has some kind of wired Ethernet connection, either onboard or an add-in card. Most computers made within the last 7 to 8 years are going to have onboard Ethernet. You can see right here, this one does. If not, dig around. If you're a geek like me, you have a pile of probably useless, potentially useless cards laying around, and odds are one of them is a network card. You want it to be a 100 megabit at least, and later on you're probably going to want to upgrade to gigabit, but we'll get into that at another time. For right now, this will be on a 100 megabit network because that's what the network is in my house.